Okay, first question says, which statement of Newton's third law of motion? It's very easy. Every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Which option is D? So first one was easy. Next question. Second says a force of 20 Newton pushes an object of 5 kg along the rough horizontal surface where the friction is F is 5 Newton. So forward force is 20 Newton, backward force is 5 Newton. So their resultant will be 20 minus 5, 50 Newton. Here we will use the formula F is equal to MA. If we use the formula F is equal to MA, resultant force is 15, mass is 5, acceleration we have to find. So 15 divided by 5 gives you answer 3 meter per second square. So option is C. Inertia of a body is its resistance to change in motion. So this is the definition of inertia. Which property measures the body's inertia? As we said in the definition, inertia is the property of matter or mass. So which property measures the body's inertia? It is its mass. So mass measures the inertia. The heavier bodies have greater inertia, lighter bodies has less inertia. So option is B. The propeller, question number 4, the propeller on a boat pushes water backward with a force of 2000 Newton. The boat moves through the water against a total resistive force of 1800 Newton. Diagram shows all the forces. According to Newton's third law, what is the forward force on propeller due to water? We have to see what is the force of propeller on water. The force of propeller on water is 2000. So the force of water on propeller, force on propeller due to water will be same as an reaction. So the option is B. Because the demand of the question is the force on propeller due to water. So we have to say what is the force of propellers on water. The force of propellers on water is 2000. So the force of water on propeller is again 2000 according to Newton's third law. Number 5 says a hard stone hits the ground and comes to rest immediately. As the stone hits the ground, what is the direction and size of the force acting on the ground? So when it hits the ground, definitely the force will be downward because it is moving in the downward direction. Its weight also acts downward. But the force, it has two forces. One, its weight, and what F, second force is F is equal to ma. That is due to acceleration. F is equal to ma is due to motion, and weight is due to its mass. So these two forces then add up, and their size is greater than weight. So stone hits the ground, what is the direction? Downward, and the size of force is greater than the weight. So option is B, downward and larger than the weight of the stone. Remember, I am making my own decision from the statement. I never go for the option. That's why, that's what I advise you people. Whenever you are solving the worksheet on MCQs, never go for the options. When you enter the option, each and every option will be seen to be correct. So always note everything what is happening, make up your own mind, and then find that answer in the options. Number 6, car of mass 1500 kg. Mass is given to us, is towing a trailer of mass 1100 kg on a level road. The acceleration of the car is 1.30 meter per second. Now, car is pulling the trailer, so we have this acceleration belongs to both of them. So we have to consider the total mass of these two objects. We cannot just consider car. Car is pulling the trailer as well. So the total mass will be 2600 kg and the acceleration is 1.3. Ignoring the friction and air resistance, what is the driving force? The driving force in this case is F is equal to ma. There is no friction, there is no resistance, so the resultant force will be simply F is equal to ma. So I have 2600 kg into 1.3. So option is D. So if you multiply 2600 with 1.3, you will get 3380 newtons. That is the forward driving force. Number 7, a man pulls a sledge of mass 25 kg across a level ground with a horizontal force of 60 newton. So mass is known to me, forward force is known to me, a constant force of friction 20 newton acts on the sledge. So forward force 60 newton, backward force 20 newton. So the resultant force will be 60 minus 20, that is 40 newton. Mass is 25. Using the formula F is equal to ma. Forward force 60, backward 20, so resultant is 40. 40 divided by 25 gives you 1.6 meter per second square. So option is B. Number 8, which property of a body resists the change for the state of rest or motion? So it is inertia actually, so inertia depends on the mass. So heavier object produce more resistance to change its state from rest or motion. So it is a property of inertia, it depends on mass. A force acts on a body. Number 9, the force acts on a body which list contains only quantities that can be changed by a force. So in the definition of force, we discussed in the lesson that the force can change shape, it can change speed, it can change volume, but it cannot change mass. So where there is mass, force cannot make any change in it. So first 3 options we cannot take because of the mass. So option is D. So force can bring all these 3 changes. Number 10, a body slides down a frictionless slope as shown. So it's moving down, resistance, friction is along A. Along C is the reaction of the surface. Yesterday I told you that the surface always reacts or pushes the object perpendicular to it at a 90 degree to the surface. So 92 degree to the surface, 90 degree to this surface is C. So first I have seen what is given in the diagram. I'm not going for the option first. I'm not going what is asked. I'm reading the statement, I'm seeing the diagram, then I go for the next step. As the body presses the surface pushes back on the body. The force of the surface on the body is sometimes called the reaction force. In which direction does the reaction force acts? So it acts along C. Number 11, Newton's third law involves 2 quantities which are equal in side and opposite in direction. So these 2 quantities are action and reaction. Both are forces, and for what is the unit for these 2 quantities? Definitely forces are measured in newtons. So option is C. So Newton's third law, we have action and reaction. Action and reaction both are forces on 2 different bodies, and they are measured in Newton. Number 12, a force is applied to a body. Which property of the body cannot change? Again, the mass cannot change. It's easy. Now this question is very tricky. Remember, in Newton's third law of motion, listen it carefully, the forces action and reaction acts on 2 different bodies. Remember, action and reaction acts on 2 different bodies. If I hit a ball against the wall, the force of the ball acting on the wall is action, and the force of wall backward on ball is reaction. So 2 forces, action and reaction, acts on different bodies, and remember, they don't cancel each other. They don't cancel each other. They are equal and opposite, but they don't cancel each other. In first option, most of the students give this option as a Newton's third law, pair of forces. Remember, book's weight is acting downward, but the weight, what is weight? Weight is the pull of the gravity on the book. The weight is acting on the book, and normal reaction of the table is also on the book. So both forces are acting on the book. As I said before, action and reaction acts on two different bodies. But in this case, weight, what is weight? Is a pull of the gravity on the book. It is acting on the book. Weight is acting on the book. And normal reaction of the table is also acting on the book. So, and these two forces are cancelling each other as well. So in Newton's third law, forces must be acting on two different objects, and they are not cancelling. So that's why option A is wrong. If we look at the B option, the block being pulled along the ground. So it is pulled along the ground. The tension is acting on the block. Friction is again acting on the block. And secondly, they are not equal. If it is pulled along the block, it means it is moving. So tension is more than friction. They are not equal as well. Even in this case, air resistance is acting on the parachute. Weight is acting on the, but they both of them are cancelling each other. So it moves at a constant speed. C is your option. Electron attracted by the nucleus. The nucleus has a positive charge due to protons. It attracts electrons inward, and electron is negatively charged. It attracts nucleus outward, but they don't cancel each other. Due to this mutual force, electron keeps on revolving around the nucleus. So these two forces are equal and opposite, and they don't cancel each other as well. So option is C. Number 14, a force of 20 Newton acts on an object of mass 5 kg in a forward direction. A second force also acts on the object. The forward acceleration of the object is 3. What is the size and direction of the second force? Again, you have to use F is equal to ma, where forward force is 20, backward force you can suppose as x. So 20 minus x is equal to 5 into 3, 15. So if you calculate by using F is equal to ma, your answer will be 5 Newton backward. So option is A. A man with an open parachute is falling to the earth at a constant speed. Again, the word constant speed. Yesterday we discussed a lot of problems with a constant speed. So constant speed means the forces are cancelled. The falling forces are acting on, the upward force of the parachute on the man, upward force of the man on the earth is wrong. The downward force of the earth on the parachute, the downward force of man on the parachute. So these two, upward force of parachute on the man and downward force of the earth on the parachute, that is weight. So option is B. Downward force of the man on the downward force of the earth on the parachute. So downward force of the earth means weight. So P and R. So B option is B. When a block of wood, 16 says, when a block of wood of mass 2 kg is pushed along the horizontal flat surface of a bench, the friction is 4. When the block is pushed along the bench, the force of 10 Newton. So forward force is given, backward force is given. Their difference is the resultant. So their difference is 6 Newton, and we have to use F is equal to ma. So 6 divided by 2 give you 3. So the acceleration is 3 meter per second square. Using the formula F is equal to ma. You can do the calculation yourself. Forward force 10, backward force 4. the difference is 6. And divided by mass gives you the acceleration 3 meters per second square. A body of mass, number 17, a body of mass 10 kg falling freely in the gravitational field close to the moon surface has an acceleration of 1.6 meters per second square. What is the gravitational field strength? Remember, acceleration due to gravity and the gravitational field strength are always equal. The only difference is acceleration due to gravity is measured in meter per second square and the gravitational field strength is measured in Newton per kilogram. So 1.6 meter per second square is acceleration due to gravity and 1.6 Newton per kilogram is the gravitational field strength. Like on Earth, acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square and gravitational field strength of the Earth is 10 Newton per kilogram. So its option is B. So what I said, acceleration due to gravity and the strength of the field, both are same. Their units are different. It is acceleration measured in meter per second square. It is strength of the field, so it is Newton per kilogram. Number 18, trolley X and trolley Y are joined by the stretch spring. Trolley X has twice the mass as trolley Y. Remember, this spring is pulling Y towards the left and X towards the right. And the force of the spring is same on both the trolleys because the spring is same attached to two trolleys. So spring is pulling Y towards the left and X towards the right. But the force of the spring is same on both. Acceleration of X is 2. If it is accelerating at a 2 meter per second square, because the mass of Y is half the mass of X, so its acceleration must be double. According to Newton's second law, in the lesson I told you that the acceleration depends on the force, directly proportional to the force, and inversely proportional to the mass. Inversely proportional to the mass. If mass is greater, acceleration is less. If mass decreases, acceleration increases. Because Y's mass is half the mass of X, so its acceleration must be double. Spring is pulling both of them with the same force. Spring has a one force. So with the same force, it's pulling X and Y. One towards the left, other towards the right. Depending on the mass, the acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass. Mass increases, acceleration decreases. And if mass decreases, acceleration increases. So Y has half mass, so it has double acceleration as compared to X. So your option is D. Number 19, an apple of mass 0.15 kg and weight 1.5 Newton falls from a tree. At one point during its fall, the air resistance on the apple is 0.6 Newton upward. What is the acceleration of the apple at this point? Remember, apple is falling due to its weight, that is 1.5 Newton. And upward resistance is 0.6. So their difference gives us the resultant force F. We have to use a formula, F is equal to MA. So resultant force is 1.5 minus 0.6. That gives you 0.9 Newton. So F is equal to 0.9 Newton. Mass is 0.15. So if you divide 0.9 by 0.15, the answer will be 6 meter per second square. That is acceleration. Here I have used F is equal to ma, Newton's second law of motion. So resultant force is 1.5 minus 0.6. Mass is 1.5. Acceleration we have to find. So that gives me option B. 4 of the gravitational forces that act between bodies in solar system are described below. Force on moon due to earth, force on earth due to sun, force on earth due to moon. Remember, if I consider the first option, force on moon due to earth, earth is pulling moon. And if I consider third option, force on earth due to moon, the moon is pulling the earth. Because moon is revolving around the earth due to its gravitational field, moon attracts earth and earth attracts moon. So these two options are correct. So answer is P and R, B. As 21, a skier of mass 80 kg accelerates down a slope at 2 meters per second square. It is acceleration is in this direction. So if it is acceleration accelerating, it must have resultant force. It must have resultant force according to F is equal to ma. There is acceleration, there is a resultant force. Gravitational field strength is 10. It is not falling. Remember, it is not falling. It is sliding along a plane. So gravitational field has nothing to do with it. What is the weight? For weight, I have to use W is equal to mg. W is equal to mg. So 80 multiplied by 10 gives you 800. Weight is 800 Newton. And for resultant force, I have to use F is equal to ma. F is equal to m mass 80 and acceleration 2. So 80 into 2 gives you 160. So weight is 800 using W is equal to mg, and resultant force is F is equal to ma, that is 160. So option is C. A student kicks a ball horizontally along the ground. As he does so, his foot applies a force on the ball. At the same time, the ball applies a force to his foot. How does these two forces compare? Applying Newton's third law, these forces are equal and opposite. So the force on the foot is equal to the force on the ball and opposite direction. The option is A. It's very simple. We are applying Newton's third law of motion. Number 23, an object of mass 15 kg is pushed horizontally by force of 40. Frictional forces, you can do it yourself. F using F is equal to ma. There's nothing special in it. Number 24, the mass of an object P is greater than the mass of the object Q. Objects contain different amount of matter and different resistance to the change of motion. Which row is correct? Greater matter, greater amount of matter. The object with a greater mass has greater matter, so P has a greater matter. The mass of the object P is greater, so it has greater amount of matter. Because mass is the amount of matter in an object. Greater resistance to the change of motion, and we know that change in motion or inertia, resistance to the motion means inertia, and inertia depends on mass as well. So our option is A. Greater matter is in object P, and greater resistance to change of motion is also P. So option is A. Number 25, which forces act on skydiver who is falling at a terminal velocity? Terminal velocity means constant speed or constant velocity. It means upward force and downward force are balanced. So balanced forces mean the resultant force is zero. He says air resistance. He says air resistance and weight. Air resistance, weight both are acting, but overall they are cancelling each other. So I'll say no force acts because of terminal velocity. No force is acting on it. Number 26, a hot air balloon is traveling at a constant velocity. Constant velocity means forward force and backward force are balanced. And is at a constant height. Constant height means upward forces and downward forces are balanced. So W and Y are equal and X and Z are equal. Okay. क्या करूँ upgrade? For which statement is correct? Remember, Y is equal to W and Z, X is equal to Z. So option is A. Number 27, a force of 1600 Newton accelerates a car of mass 800 kg from rest. Force is given. What is called the acceleration and its velocity after 4 seconds? Using F is equal to ma, forward force is 1600, mass is 800. So using F is equal to ma, I can calculate acceleration. That would be 2. Dividing 1600 by 800, I'll get acceleration 2 meters per second, C or D. And then I have to find the velocity again using the formula for acceleration. A is equal to V minus U over T. Final speed minus initial speed divided by time. Because it starts from rest, so its initial speed is 0. Final speed I have to find. Acceleration is known to me 2. So 2 into 4 give me 8. So your answer is D. So acceleration I have calculated using F is equal to ma, and velocity I have calculated A is equal to V minus U over T. So that's it from my side. So this worksheet is over, and on Saturday we'll discuss the next worksheet. So questions you can ask me in the next session, the question session. Thank you.